Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Samuel Lyson, but in the virtual world, you may know me as Temujin. I'm a passionate game developer and community leader within Second Life. My journey into game development wasn't a traditional one. I came from a hands-on blue-collar background and I taught myself everything I know through do-it-yourself methods like online courses and countless YouTube tutorials. My journey into game development was heavily influenced by my passion for building and nurturing online communities. Back in the days of bulletin board systems, I found great joy in bringing people together and creating engaging environments for them. I still remember doing that in high school. This drive carried over into my work within Second Life, where I saw an opportunity to blend my love for role-playing games with community building. Now, let me tell you about SL Colonies. SL Colonies is a role-playing game system within Second Life that combines elements of survival, role-playing, and community building. It's a unique platform where players can engage in various activities, so from farming, crafting, managing settlements and exploring a rich, immersive world. So our goal is to make a really interactive environment. We started SL Colonies to create a vibrant, community-driven experience within Second Life. And it has been an incredible journey. SL Colonies was inspired by my experience running a Viking-themed village within Second Life. We had about 20 active members who took on various roles, like farming and blacksmithing. And we held weekly meetings to improve on our village week to week. So this community-driven aspect was something I wanted to expand upon. Key features of SL Colonies include a deep crafting system, player-run economies, and a rich narrative that evolves with player interaction. We aim to create a game where the community plays a central role in shaping the world. So here are some basics of game development, at least what my basics of game development tips would be for you. And I'm going to give you an overview of game development stages. So let's dive into the basics of what we do when it comes to developing new products for SL Colonies, or what I do as a developer for SL Colonies. The process can be broken down into several key stages. First stage is the concept stage. So this is where the idea takes shape. It involves brainstorming and outlining the core features of the product. So we do have a lot of products in our pipeline, but since we only have one coder, being Drakis, and myself doing marketing and looking after the community engagement, completing systems for SL Colonies can take time. Our community does need to be patient. But we also get ideas from the community itself on our forums and during our community engagement, live streaming sessions and so on. We call these Ask Me Anything. The next stage is a design stage. And in this stage, I write down what the basic idea of the creation will be. I get a piece of paper, start writing everything down. So we get in the dev channel and we start to consider how it will affect our community, whether we can use any existing systems, and if it will attach to an existing system or be a completely new standalone system. We look at potential 3D models we would use. And since we don't have an in-house mesh designer or a graphic professional for texturing, we source many of our products from the Second Life marketplace or other 3D modeling stores like Adobe Stock or Unity Store and such. So we look for things that offer the needed licensing for our products. Our strengths, however, lie in the actual coding and what our system can do that is not seen anywhere else in Second Life. So for example, in our cooking stages, in our cooking systems, we've got mini games that people can do. You can get any of the raw materials from the game that you can gather, and you can combine them in any combination you like to create a recipe from scratch. So we don't have set recipes in our system. We have players create the recipes. So you don't rely on the developers to create set recipes for you. You can create your own, or you can play around and find out someone else's recipe. And that's the same with our weapon system. It's completely player driven. The next stage for us is implementation. So this is where Drakis gets to work on the coding of it, all in the back end. I often call Drakis Chuck Norris because there's really nothing he cannot accomplish. There's a lot of work that goes into integrating new products into the existing system and ensuring that we do not crash existing systems before release. The next stage is testing. And this stage is fun because we have a Patreon program where our patrons get behind the scenes access to new products. They offer feedback through comments and dedicated Discord channels and our forums. We also showcase new products before release and provide test versions to all our patrons, who often get to keep them upon release. They act as our test dummies, reporting any bugs they encounter. We improve the product based on their feedback before the final release. And the final stage is release. So this is where I step into my role. I will package a product so that when a customer purchases it, they can unpack it and use it on their land. I also create tutorial videos and a knowledge base article, and I add the product to our listings on our website servers. The tutorial video goes up on YouTube as a premiere on the release day, and I also create all the artwork for the product pages and YouTube thumbnails. This process, like the coding, can become repetitive, but it is crucial for a successful release. Now, let's talk about the essential tools and software we use in each stage of our product development for SL Colonies. For the concept and design stages, we brainstorm our ideas in our dev channel within Discord and engage with our community during our live stream Ask Me Anything sessions on YouTube. We also listen to our community on our forums, which use Discourse. This integrates well with Patreon. We use Blender for 3D modeling, whether creating from scratch or importing into Second Life by converting models within Blender. During the implementation stage, this is basically Drakus' special area. We script in LSL, which stands for Linden Scripting Language, and PHP on our servers. We use MySQL for our database servers and employ Godot to develop minigame style additions that integrate into Second Life. These are playable through a HUD system built into some of our products in SL Colonies. So this is when I was talking about the cooking station and so on. This is where these little minigames come on, where people can create recipes from scratch. The next stage is a testing stage, and we use Patreon to provide test products to our patrons for feedback. And the final stage is our release. So for our release, I use OBS and Streamlabs for video capturing. Like for this video now, I'm using Streamlabs. Streamlabs is my preferred tool for live streams, as it allows me to create templates and overlays that are automatically applied to videos, reducing editing time. Now, I understand some people will argue which is better, OBS or Streamlabs, because Streamlabs is behind a paywall for a lot of its features, but I do love what it does. I use the loyalty program while people are watching our live streams, and they get prizes and such at the end with a raffle system. So that's very handy. And the videos themselves are edited in Adobe Premiere and they're uploaded to YouTube. For music, I've now started using Streambeats. And I also enjoy using Adobe's Essential Graphics and browsing Adobe stock for cool elements, video effects, and transitions. Artwork is created within Adobe Photoshop for both the products and the YouTube thumbnails. We've also created templates for video projects and artwork, ensuring a consistent look and feel across our brand and channels. I'm going to give you some tips for getting started as a game developer, in particular an indie game developer, if that's something you're looking at doing as a beginner. So the first tip I would give you is to start small. Begin with manageable projects to build your skills upon. For example, create an item, a small, simple item, before attempting more complex products. So this helps you to learn the basics without getting overwhelmed. If you're starting from scratch, I'd focus on your core systems first. Decide if you'll need databases for multiplayer environment or websites for play loggings. For example, in SL Colonies, when a player crafts a new recipe, the database is updated so they can share it with others. So consider if your system will have something similar or similar features, or if it will operate on a local level when they download the game, for example, and it runs off their PC. But for SL Colonies, for example, when the core systems come into play, is when I created that system, I knew I wanted to have objects that people could click on and craft, but I also wanted survival stats, and that needed a database to start with and PHP scripting. I didn't have any product at all. I needed just a basic HUD where when a player puts it on, they can see their health, they can see their energy, they can see their hunger and thirst, and so on. So that requires a database and PHP scripting to create a timer. So every X amount of minutes, a certain amount of hunger will increase on the player HUD. So another tip I'm going to give you is to learn continuously. Utilize online resources like YouTube tutorials, Skillshare courses, and other educational platforms. There are countless resources available to help you learn coding, design, and other essential skills. I use Skillshare for Photoshop, photo editing, and so on, for example. So engage with forums and communities related to your development platform. So whether it's game engines like Minecraft, Roblox, or another environment, these communities can offer valuable insights and support. I'd also suggest joining a community. Engage with other developers and users, join relevant forums, and participate in community events. Community support can be incredibly motivating and provide a wealth of knowledge and resources. Look for communities that align with your specific interests and development goals. And I'd also say set realistic goals. Break down your project into smaller tasks and set achievable deadlines. This helps maintain momentum and it will prevent burnout. It's important to celebrate small victories along the way, and clear milestones can make a large project feel more manageable and keep you motivated. Be persistent. Game development is challenging and requires perseverance. Embrace the learning process and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake is a learning opportunity that brings you closer to your goal. And building a game or system is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep pushing forward and you'll see progress over time. So in this part of the video, I'd like to share some of my personal anecdotes and experiences from my journey in developing products for SL Colonies. So one of the biggest challenges we face is growth. As you might have seen in my introduction YouTube video, Second Life has a limited active user base, and within that, role-playing is somewhat of a niche. Finding customers and players within this limited market can be tough. Additionally, because we rely on Second Life, it's harder to attract new players who have never heard of either Second Life or SL Colonies. Teaching new players how to use Second Life before they can even start with SL Colonies is a significant hurdle. To overcome this, we focus on building a strong and supportive community. So we rely on our loyal community to help spread the word and to create a close-knit interactive environment. We have mentors and so on. Quality over quantity is our mantra. While many viewers might be interested in pursuing game development as a career, for us, it's about passion and enjoyment. We focus on covering our base costs and keeping our community engaged and happy, rather than chasing profits. Our community is a constant source of inspiration and support. During one of our Ask Me Anything sessions, a community member suggested a feature we hadn't thought of. This idea not only enhanced the game, but also strengthened the bond between developers and players. We always strive to be available to our community, answering questions, visiting their builds in person, helping with issues and fixing bugs on the spot when possible. Our community's input is invaluable, and these interactions remind us why we love doing this. One key lesson we've learned is the importance of investing in quality infrastructure from the start. We personally use Amazon AWS for our servers, ensuring that they are top-notch and can handle our needs efficiently. While we haven't made any serious mistakes yet, knock on wood, we've learned that starting with the best resources possible helps prevent many potential issues. For those starting out, it might seem costly, but investing in good infrastructure can save you a lot of trouble down the road. That's it for today's video on getting started in game development and my journey within SL Colonies. And I hope that you found these insights and tips helpful. Remember that every game developer, whether working within platforms like Second Life, Roblox, Minecraft, or using standalone game engines like Unity and Godot, they all started somewhere. It's a journey filled with learning, challenges, and incredible moments of creativity and achievement. No matter where you are in your journey, keep pushing forward. Embrace the challenges, learn from your mistakes, and celebrate your successes, no matter how small they may seem. The key is to stay passionate, keep learning, and stay connected with your community. Your dedication and creativity will drive you forward. Thanks for watching. If you have found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below with any questions or topics that you'd like me to cover in future videos. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, follow me on my other social media channels for more insights and behind the scenes content. Links are in the description below. Until next time, happy developing.